All right, Tiger fans, man, we getting to it, man. This week we have our first game against the number one Georgia Bulldogs down there in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're excited. We're excited for it. I know that a lot of Georgia fans are excited for it, and there's been a whole lot of talk. We got 5 days of college football starting on Thursday, Thursday to Monday to Labor Day. So long weekend. All right, Keys, man, it's time to go ahead and get to it, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what we came here for.
Yeah.
This is Uplayedtho podcast where we talk all things Clemson football.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and get into this big-time matchup we got with them dogs, man, them Georgia Bulldogs, which has been the preeminent team in college football for the last 3 years. Last time we met up with them, man, 2021, DJ, he scored the only points of the game, throwing a pick six.
Yeah.
10-3. And since that game, Clemson and Georgia have gone two separate ways. Georgia won the first of two back-to-back national championships. We kind of slumbered that season, and then, we lost more than we have in the last 3 years than we have in the past five, between 2015 and 2020, all them years combined. So two different ways we're going right now, but this, we'll see where we at, man.
Yeah. It's a good test, and I tell you the truth, man. A lot of teams may not want to play the number one team the first really out the gate. Everybody wants to have a tune-up game, but this is really going to be the barometer to show us where we are. Like you said, Keys, we took that loss in 2021, and our defense held up. One thing we can consistently say is our defense held up. They only gave up 3 points, right?
Yep.
We just couldn't get on the board. We had opportunities. I remember Braylon Spector got an interception. I think it was maybe third quarter. We had great field position. We just could not capitalize. We just couldn't capitalize.
Had that pick. So that was that. So if I gotta have some keys, some V-Keyz, some keys to victory for this Georgia game for the Tigers, man, coming out.
Well, let's do this, Keys. On these keys to victory, man. I just want the fans to know, man. We understand college football here, and we are not biased. We're gonna be open and honest about how we feel about our team, right?
Yeah.
So when we give these keys to victory, man, let's talk about the areas you think we're going to have the most success and the areas where we're going to have the most challenges.
Yeah, so, and just for y'all to know, like, keys to victory don't mean that we'll predict the win for every team. That just means this is what they need to do to have the best chance at winning.
Yeah.
So, for Clemson, coming out Saturday, we do have a couple injuries in the secondary. With Shelton Lewis, I'm not sure. Him and Jaden Lucas, I'm not sure their status. So I would say an area of weakness could potentially be some secondary, because if you do remember in the bowl game against Kentucky, we got chunked up.
Yeah.
So we got big plays on us often in that Kentucky game, and this is Carson Beck. We talking about he'll be expected to be a first round quarterback.
He's got experience.
His draft. So I would say an area of weakness could potentially be some areas of the secondary at times. I'm not going to say, but it is Carson Bennett. It's a great. They still have great receivers. You lose Brock Bauer, the best tight end I've seen in college football maybe ever, personally.
To the Raiders,
So I'm not sure what I know Georgia still have weapons.
Yeah, they got a few dogs at tight end.
Yeah, and they still have weapons there. So. I am confident in our secondary, the Khalil Barnes back there, the R.J. Mickens, the Avion Terrell on one side. So I do have confidence in us.
Yeah, we got returners with experience. Yeah.
So then let me flip that and say an area of strength, I think, will be the front seven.
Okay.
Of course, we got Peter Woods and T.J. Parker anchoring the line. So I think Peter Woods he might dibble and dabble, a la Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
15, play a little DT and then go outside, play a little DE. Play a little in a little bit. So I think they got him down to 3. What, he like 310 or 300?
Yeah, he
lean.
Just so, yeah.
He lean and got speed.
Still agile.
So I would say him, and then we got All-American Barrett Carter coming back in the middle of that defense. The quarterback of the defense had, which I said previously, he had one of the best games I've seen by a Clemson defender in that bowl game against Kentucky.
Yeah.
So with him handling the middle with Wade Woodaz, we got Sammy Brown waiting over there on the sideline. So I feel good about our front seven and how we can, maybe can manage the run a little bit. And we'll see if ETN play. We'll see what the ramifications. We do got some news that a Georgia running back is out having surgery, so they are down one back for this game. So that's a little bit of depth.
Yeah, and I think Trevor is the actual starter,
Yeah,
but at the same time, we all know the news that Georgia just they can't stay out of trouble, man. So
yeah.
I think he's going to start getting some pressure to make some decisions on that front. But I agree with you, Keys. I think one of the things that I want to say is going to be most important, like you said, the front seven. Georgia has been known to be good in the trenches, both offensively and defensively, right? Stopping the run, I think, is going to be really important, and getting off the field in short yardage situations,
Yeah.
right? Third and four, third and three, third and five, we got to be able to get off the field.
Yep.
And offensively, we need to be able to push the ball down the field, and we got to get in the end zone. If we could win the time of possession, and this is just my prediction, right? If we win the time of possession, I feel like we win the game because we keep their offense off the field, get their defense fatigued to give us some opportunities. So,
Okay.
how do you feel about, from an offensive standpoint, how do you feel about what we have, our strengths, and what areas do you think that we need to definitely hone in on?
Well, offensively, number one, take care of the rock. That's number one. If you
So
don't got
no
the rock in your
turnovers.
hand, you not scoring no points. You're not doing that. And we saw all too much of that too often last year. The Miami game, North Carolina State game, Duke starting off. We fumbling at the one, we fumbling at the two. We can't hit a field goal. It like if you hold on to the ball, better things will happen. We were up there in the nation with first downs, yardage, but none of that matters if you can't score. Our red zone efficiency was,
Yeah.
bottoms of the
Yeah.
nation. You know what I mean? Down in that range. So, number one, take care of the ball. Number two, we've heard some great things about the offensive line in camp. It's time to put up a shut up. Matt Luke has been a good hire from what we're hearing, an offensive line coach. So if we can win some wars, this is Georgia though. So I know they got some boys up front. They always gonna have some boys up front. So if we can at least win some of them trenches up front, man, like if it's 60-40, 55-45, you know what I mean? If like the Notre
You
Dame
feel like
last year.
that plays in our favor.
That if we can open up some holes from Maffa like we did against Notre Dame, that would be great. That would be ideal. And like you said, push on what you said now about pushing the ball downfield. We heard about the wide receiver room all year. We talked about it. The two highly touted boys coming in. We got Bryant Westco, T.J. Moore. Are they gonna spread the field? Are they going? We got Cole Turner healthy. He's the fastest player. We got Antonio back healthy. Adam Randall's a grown man. Is he gonna be like T.O.?
Yeah.
Kind of body type out there. So can Cade have enough time to scramble in the pocket? And also another dark horse element of the offense.
Jake Bringstool.
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
But I was gonna mention Cade using more of his legs. He's fairly athletic.
Yeah,
So
he's got some agility.
He done put on a little weight. So I think we will see a little bit more Cade running the ball this year on design runs. And
Yeah, and one thing that I do want to say is, man, I just hope that we can stay healthy. We need Maffa. We need Cade. I mean, we need everybody. But I just want us to come out of this game healthy. And to be honest, we all know Georgia is the favorite to run the table, right? Yep. We've been talking about it. They got a tough schedule, and I know they're going to get up for us. It's the first game, and it's in Georgia, so I definitely got confidence that we can make it. We can make it a close game, and it's going to come down to me. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter, and being able to convert. Right.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll say this too. Going back to the defensive side of the ball real quick. If we can limit the explosive plays from Georgia, and limit the explosive plays on the ground and in the air, like that gives us a great chance too. Because like the Kentucky game, we can't get no shootout.
No.
Do we have the horses for a shootout? We don't know. We're yet to be proven on the field. So,
well, we definitely don't want Georgia's defense to feed off of their offense, because we know how that works all too well.
Yep.
So We talked about this as well, Keys. I know a lot of podcasts has mentioned this, and I know this has been on ESPN and everywhere. But Garrett Riley, this is his second year,
Yep.
right? Last year, I'm not gonna say we don't give passes, right? That's not what we do. But at the same time, he did that wasn't his offense like that. He's coming in, he's trying to get the schemes and everything together, learn where his weapons are so he can, draw things up the way he wants, but he's using what he has, right?
Yeah.
So with another year with Cade, with these weapons, receivers, what I really want to see is the creativity,
Yeah.
right?
I agree.
I feel like in the last year, you're working with the weapons that you have, and maybe you're a little, I don't even know what to call it, mundane with the offense, just making sure everybody knows what to do.
Redundant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I want to take opportunities and take chances, but at the same time, what I don't want to do is what Nick Saban did in the championship game, is out here faking field goals and faking punts and stuff. Like, I don't want to get to that.
Nah. And speaking of Nick Saban, I will say this about Georgia and the Mercedes Benz in Atlanta. They have a history of coming up short in big games there. The natty to Alabama, and then the SEC championship game last year to Alabama. So
Yeah.
this is a stadium. Yes, in Atlanta is basically a home game for Atlanta. I mean for Georgia. Not down the street from Athens, and Clemson's not far. Right out 85 too. But of course we in Georgia, and this is the A. So and they've had they've lost a couple of big games there in recent memory. So maybe I don't know if some of that Mercedes-Benz mojo could work in our favor.
I mean,
You know?
we'll see. But one thing that I do think hurts, even though it wasn't us, it wasn't Clemson. Florida State losing the way they lost, I think that is locker room energy for Georgia, right? Like they can't come in and not take us seriously.